Hello everyone, I am Ankit. In this video, you are going to learn about HTML5 and new form input types added in HTML5. HTML5 is latest version of HTML. It is the revision of the HTML standard 4.0. Let us see the difference between HTML4 and HTML5. The first difference is browser support. HTML4 is supported by all browsers and older versions of these browsers, while HTML5 is supported by only latest versions of browsers like Google Chrome, Apple Safari, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, etc. It is also supported by Internet Explorer version 9.0. Next difference is new semantic elements in HTML5. In HTML5, there are new tags like header, footer, nav for navigation, and section have been added which are not there in HTML4. Next difference is improved form input types, which is very important difference. HTML5 has some new form input types. To get newer types of input like date, time, month, week, color, etc. Further, it has new added elements to accept and validate phone number, digits, email address, and URL. This feature is very powerful and useful according to me. Another difference is added new elements for audio and video. HTML5 adds all new two tags, namely audio and video, for adding audio and video into web page respectively. By using these tags, you do not have to use third-party plugin to play audio or video, which was not possible without plugin in HTML4. The last difference I want to mention is geolocation facility. HTML5 supports geolocation, by which user can share his physical location with web application. This is not possible with HTML4. So this is the key points of difference between HTML5 and HTML4.
Let's now see some new form input types supported in HTML5. So when you take input like color, date, month or week from user, you do not have any special input type in HTML4. You have to use text box or combo box to take input from user in case of date or contact number or email address, and there is no facility to validate whether user has entered a correct contact number or email address. But HTML5 provides some elements in which you can validate these things, like user has entered correct email address or not, or user has entered correct contact number or correct digits or not. So let's see some inputs which we can use in HTML5 to take input from user. First of all, we see how we can take input from user if we want to take color as an input. So for that you have to use input tag only, but you have to use color as a value in type property like this, and name property you can set anything. So let's check the output for this. here you can see. So you can see that you can choose color from this color palette as an input. Let me zoom the screen for you. Next thing, if you want to take date as an input, so in HTML4 for date we create 3 separate combo boxes for date, month and year, right? But here in HTML5 you can just type date as a type property in input tag and set the name property, and here your calendar is ready to take date as an input from user, right? So you can change month or year, right? So it is very handy tool to take date as a input. Also you can take month as an input. So just type the month as a type property in input tag, and we are setting name property as a part of coding convention. So here you can see your month is ready. You can select month from this particular tool, right? Let's add another line space so that our output is concise. After that you can also take week as an input from user. You can type week in input tag in type property. So here you can accept week from user, right? See, entire week is selected, right? So currently this current week has been selected. Like that, if you choose, then previous week you can select. So this is very useful tool whenever you want to accept week as an input from user. After that you can take number as an input. Just write type equal to number in input tag, and your number element is ready. Let's check the output for that. So here I am typing alphabets on my keyboard, but nothing is being typed, right? So it is also validating the number. So you can see it is also validating the numbers, means you cannot enter any text other than numbers. So validation is also being done. Another input type is email. To accept valid email address, so here is email input box. If I write wrong email, see it is showing instruction, please include @ in the email address, right? So it is validating at the same time when you are typing something into email box. After this, you can also use input box for URL. You can set type equal to URL. So in this box, you can only enter valid URLs, right? It is not showing anything right now, but when we submit the form at the end, right, so it will validate whether the text entered in this box is valid URL or not. Another form input type is for providing search box to user. So let's see how it is done. Same input type is used, and as a type property you have to write search. Name property I am setting randomly. So here is a search box. Whenever you type something, right, so here cross sign appears. So if you want to clear your search, you can just click that cross and your search will be cleared. So this is search box. And last element we see is a range element. To create a range, if you want to take input from user in some range, like if I want to take input in the range of 1 to 100, right? So instead of creating text box or number box, we can create range input type. Let's see how it is done. You have to type range as a type property, and set the minimum and maximum value for the range. So I am setting minimum value 1 and maximum value 10. Let's check the output. So here you can see one slider is appearing on the screen, and you can just select any value. So initially it will be 1. If I drag it to the right side, it will be 2. Again, if I drag it on right side, it will be 3, and at the end it will be 10, right? So in this way you can create range input type. For convenience, we generally write the minimum range and maximum range on left hand side and right hand side of range input, so that user can understand that minimum range is 1 and maximum range is 10. So here you can see now clearly that range input type is having minimum range of 1 and maximum range is 10. So these are all HTML5 elements which have been added in HTML5.
Thank you for watching the video. Hope you liked it. Keep learning, keep growing, stay happy. Goodbye. These are some important questions from this video. They will be helpful to you either you are taking examination as a student or appearing in an interview. So go through them and try to find the answers by yourself. All the best.